Hi guys, I'm going to be reviewing a video by Alexandra Andersson. I remember her from back in the day. Apparently she's still vegan. She had a baby recently. We're gonna look at what she feeds the baby.
Good morning! We are sipping on our first breakfast because today I'm gonna show you.
But the baby is not sipping on the same green breakfast, right? I hope.
What Alina and me eats in a day. I asked you on Instagram if you were interested in what Alina eats and her baby-led weaning journey, and so many requested a video, so here you go. So starting with the first breakfast, it's a green smoothie, and in this smoothie there are some frozen peas, rolled oats, frozen mango, banana, some kale, plant milk. Yeah, I think that's about it. And then I also blended in some iron sprinkle in her smoothie.
Oh my god. Wait. No. No! Wait, she really feeds that to her child. Why am I surprised? Wait. They always do this. What? Tell me she's kidding.
I'm gonna tell you more about that later. She basically has that on everything. By the way, if you're wondering what baby-led weaning is, it is basically when you let the baby...
Oh my god, man. This is some kind of witchcraft, witchery, because she's tricking the child into drinking that. It has kale, insanely toxic. It causes kidney stones, destroys your hormones. It's poison. Pure green poison. And the other ingredients are of course also not good, which is why they taste bad. And that's why she added the bananas, to give it a sweet taste. That's why I call it witchery, because she adds the sugar bomb to this green poison and then gives it to the baby. I get that she's not intentionally poisoning her child, obviously, and herself also, but at the same time, do you somehow not get it? Do you not get why you add this green stuff to it, but don't give it to the baby and yourself, plain as it is? Why you add tons of sugar to it?
Self-feed, so you skip the puree phase and go straight into family meals, I would say. I will tell you about that more later in this video and show you what we eat. Before moving on with the breakfast, I just want to say that ever since I became plant-based around 7 years ago, I've been dreaming about introducing this plant-based, colorful, nutritious food to my future child. And now, when I have one, it has been like one of my new passions. I really love it, it's so fun. And if you follow me on Instagram, you already know that I've been working on a plant-based, baby-led weaning ebook. So after a month...
Oh my god, then they spread this garbage to their viewers. That's what all of them do.
Months of recipe creating, recipe testing, shooting recipes. I've now created 24 plant-based, easy, quick, baby-led weaning recipes, which are suitable for babies and for you.
It's not suitable for babies and for you also. For no human being at any stage in life.
And they are of course approved by Alina. So all meals that I'm gonna make today are from that ebook. And in the ebook you also find information like what baby-led weaning is, safety, benefits of it, tips and tricks, and of course the 24 recipes. There are staples, breakfast, snacks, and...
I gotta go back. I need to see what she writes. I think that it says super porridge. What else could it be? It's not super pork, obviously. Super porridge, yeah? Why super? Because blah blah blah. Blah blah. We can't read it, of course. We need to pay for it. Ingredients. So it's just seeds, plant milk, cinnamon, obviously always. Toxic cinnamon. Yeah, just... basically seed-based. Yeah. Chia jam from Staples. Chia jam is... sea jam with sugar, probably. Oh, I love these titles. Super porridge, power granola, iron sprinkle with some kind of fortified iron seeds, probably. I just... what the fuck, man. Sliced banana. The only normal ingredient, really. Oh, what is wrong with her? Oh. You poor baby.
Snacks and mains. And this ebook is for basically anyone interested in baby-led weaning. Maybe you have a baby that's starting to...
The only people who would be interested in that are vegans. No normal human being should ever think about feeding something like that to their children. Only a vegan who doesn't eat what they want to eat and doesn't let the baby eat what the baby wants to eat would actually even have any interest in this.
You eat solids now, or you want to in the future, or you have an older kid, or you have a friend that might be interested in this kind of ebook. And yeah, and basically you as well, because these recipes are delicious for adults as well, which I'm going to show you today. And yeah, if you're interested, check it out. You can find a link in my description down below of this video. And now let's keep on with the breakfast. We don't usually eat 2 breakfasts every day, but when she wakes up super early like today, I usually give her a smoothie first, and myself. This is the 5-minute oat bars from the ebook, which Alina loves. I'm also adding the iron sprinkle into this.
She doesn't love the oats. She simply tastes the sugar. That's it, in case you don't get it.
From the ebook, of course, and it's basically a mix of sesame, pumpkin, and hemp seeds, which are all...
Oh my god, this is what people used to eat when there was famine. And now you're putting on the seed slime over other seeds and giving it to your baby. It's unbelievable what people are doing to their children today. And then in a few years she will wonder, why is her jaw so underdeveloped? Why are all of the teeth crooked? Why does she have eczema? Why does she have gut pain? Why does she have asthma, allergies? Literally, you're doing that to her right now.
High in iron. And yeah, this breakfast is perfect when you don't want messiness but still want to give your baby a nutritious oatmeal.
A nutritious oatmeal which doesn't have over 15 micronutrients and is gonna lead to an underdeveloped child with a lot of illnesses. Great.
And it's basically done in less than 5 minutes. So while it's cooling down, I'm also making my oatmeal with mashed banana cardamom. And yeah, oatmeal is like my perfect breakfast. It's hearty, creamy, filling, and also very, very...
Hearty, creamy, perfect breakfast. You literally crave animal foods all day long.
Very healthy. And finally, persimmon season is here. These bars are super moist but still holds together, and yeah, cut them lengthwise or in smaller cubes if your baby has developed a pincer grasp. Alina is a little bit in between. Sometimes she likes picking up small pieces.
Yeah, you give her all of the sugary stuff. That's the only reason she eats it.
And sometimes she likes the big pieces. So for lunch we are gonna cook up some tempeh. This is something that I made yesterday evening, so...
I think that this kind of a diet is illegal in Italy, right? That's what they said many years ago. She must feed the child milk, obviously, also, otherwise it's impossible to even survive on that as a child, as a baby anyway.
So in here we have some tempeh. Today these should be very juicy and flavorsome. One of the benefits of baby-led weaning is that mealtime becomes a family activity.
What a great mother, cutting up some flowers.
And this is my favorite benefit, because the baby eats what the family eats with some modifications, and with no spoon feeding required, it's easier for everyone to eat together. And also babies learn by observing, so watching you and siblings can teach them about eating habits. And yeah, remember to save the marinade for later, because we're going to use it as a sauce for the meal. And I forgot to tell you what's in the marinade, maybe it's nice to know. So it's coconut milk, peanut butter, garlic clove, curry...
Sesame oil, some seed oils, ginger powder. That's an antibiotic. Why would you do that to yourself or your children? If she's actually going to give it to her children. Tempeh, typical meat replacement.
Powder, ginger powder, lime juice, lime zest, sesame oil, and some tamari for babies over 1 year or the adults. Another benefit is that it may prevent picky eating, because the baby gets introduced to a wide range of flavors and textures from the start, which can reduce the likelihood of them becoming picky in the future. And since they
There's no such thing as being picky. You eat what you naturally want to eat. If the food tastes good, then you eat it.
have control over what they eat and how much, they are more likely to be open and try various foods without pressure.
Yeah, if you need to pressure your children into eating something, then you're feeding them wrong food. And obviously giving your child flowers is never gonna work.
for us adults, I just sauteed some veggies.
It's sweet and very sad at the same time. Bittersweet.
To make a quick curry with the leftover marinade, which is so good. Seriously, do not skip the marinade, use it. And yeah, serving that with the rice and using as much curry sauce as I can. And another benefit with baby-led weaning is that it promotes healthier eating habits. She really seemed to like the consistency of these, right? As always with baby-led weaning, you always end up with, or often end up with some pieces on the floor. These savory muffins are so good. They're very juicy thanks to the zucchini and carrots, which are the base. You're gonna love them. I made a huge batch and I have them in the freezer, so I just bring them up if I'm hungry or if Alina needs a quick meal or something. I'm also having a banana, and Alina drank a bottle of breast milk before.
Exactly, that's what I meant. If she actually has been vegan for 8 years, then I don't know what kind of nutrients are really even left inside of her. Already creating a child takes a lot from you, literally, and then giving milk, all of your animal nutrients again to the baby, is even harder on you. She does look pretty exhausted and malnourished, very pale, as if the life force is being sucked out of her, again, literally. But it could be worse. She's 32, or maybe she was 31 in this video. She definitely looks older than that, but I've seen worse. Maybe she has good makeup. Who knows? Maybe she just got lucky.
As a snack. I still breastfeed Alina, so I have been exclusively breastfeeding since birth. And
yes, and in case you don't get it, that's the only reason why she's doing all right. Because without the breast milk, which is an animal food, the most important one for babies, you know what would happen. There's never been one recorded case, never one, of a vegan baby. Vegan babies don't exist. If a baby is only fed plant foods, then that's it. It's impossible for them to survive. Never been one recorded case. All babies have always consumed animal foods.
Now she's about 10 months old. So it's basically where her main nutrition comes from. The solid foods I see.
At least she understands that, at least something.
It as a more of a complement until she's 1 year old. And yeah, I think.
And then what? What happens then? Oh, that's what I'm curious about. If you think that she can just eat vegan food at the age of 1, oh my god, man, it's just a disaster waiting to happen.
It feels nice knowing that she has the breast milk as well. Anyways, everyone does this differently and we've been loving it this way, so I'm gonna keep doing it as long as she wants.
If you want to feed her a vegan diet, then she will not let go of the milk. We're gonna look at what she's up to now. The baby should be older. This is many months later.
So here I am, 8 years later, after I decided to go fully plant-based. And now to also have my daughter with me makes cooking a whole lot of more fun. But don't get fooled, I don't have as much time as you may think. I'm also a busy mom nowadays. So that's why I'm trying to prep more, like these sheet pan pancakes, or berry bread would be a better name. Unfortunately, my daughter is in a phase where she dislikes porridges, and to be honest...
She's in a phase where she dislikes porridges. No, everybody on earth dislikes porridge. That's why they add a lot of sauces, a lot of sugar to it, to try to swallow that garbage. Children know a lot better what they really want, which is why they really try to push it away.
I'm pretty bored of those myself, so I'm trying to spice things up, make it more fun, but still keeping it nutrient dense, aka healthy. And
I don't even know what you mean by nutrient dense. Plants don't have over 15 micronutrients. I don't get really... Yeah, what that even means.
And plant-based. I know it can be hard knowing how to put healthy, balanced meals together when eating plant-based, especially in the beginning. I've been there. So there's something called a Thrive Bundle, and it's something I wish would be available when I started my plant-based journey. It will make it so much smoother. So what is this Thrive Bundle? It is a collection of quality plant-based ebooks, cookbooks...
Again, same thing. Oh my god, not even gonna watch this again.
I think
What
one
the
important
fuck
factor
is
to keep
that?
yourself and your family interested in what you cook, plant-based or any other diet, is to experiment and try new things. Like this lunch, for example, it's something.
Oh my god. Look at how she's leaning, just cooking, just zero joy, nothing. Like she's absolutely not looking forward to it whatsoever. Just okay, again, another cabbage sludge slime thing that I'm gonna cook in the pan to imitate meat.
Something that I would try at a food market but not come up with to cook at home. But why not? By trying new foods and combinations, you learn a whole lot about what flavors and textures that go well together, and maybe you find a new favorite. And that's the reason why I think the Thrive Bundle is a perfect investment in yourself. You find lots and lots of inspiration.
Oh my god, man. Imagine selling an ebook of recipes to somebody who eats raw meat. If I would try to do that, let's say that I would make some recipes of steak tartare and whatever, right? You know, that's kind of stuff. Would anybody be interested who's watching this video who eats raw meat? You would not, because why would you care? If you're nourished, you feel good. Why do you need to think about some kind of recipes? I could understand for people who are getting into raw meat or want to get into it. That's still understandable, but typically somebody who's nourished and is healthy, they don't think about recipes. They don't think about all of these tastes and what fits together better, because they eat what they need to be eating. They feel good and that's it. And if somebody would try to sell them an ebook, they wouldn't waste their money on that.
Packed in a fun way. I used wheat flour in these, but I know from one of my other recipes you could as well replace it with chickpea flour.
Yeah, just a craving for fat, meat. That's why the sauce over it, dairy, yeah, it's just always the same.
Flour, that way you get more protein per bite. And if I made these again, I would definitely add more veggies like shredded carrots. However, they were delicious and we all ate it up.
Which means that your daughter also ate it, meaning that she got cabbage out of it, which has no nutrients. Plants generally don't have over 15 nutrients, as I said, which means that you malnourished your daughter.
As I said before, I prep more to kind of keep my life together, and any kind of date bliss balls are perfect to have in the freezer. Just use dates as a base, and then you can add in whatever nuts or seeds that you like, or almond flour. And with these ones, I try to make it a little bit more fun by add tahini inside of the ball. That way you have a nice surprise when you bite into it. So these I'm storing in the freezer and just grabbing whenever I want them. I'm also trying to get us
Also always snacking, always being malnourished.
in some greens at least once a day. And the easiest way to do so is to make a smoothie by using a sweet baked.
Yes, the easiest way to get the greens inside of you is by making a smoothie, because you add sugar to it, the bananas, and then you don't taste the greens anymore. Exactly.
It's like bananas. You can basically put in anything green or veggie. Your partner.
You never think about why you eat something that tastes bad, that you don't even like. Those kind of thoughts never even arise.
Or your kid won't know. Anyhow, my daughter loves making smoothies and happily throws in anything into the blender, and I think it's important to show her how delicious and beautiful foods can be. That's also what I'm trying to show you, and one of the reasons why I started this YouTube channel. As you know by now, I focus on whole food, plant-based meals. With that said, 100% of our meals are of course not super duper healthy. I'm not a superhuman, so when I say I cook whole food plant-based, I mean that I, for example, rather make mince using whole foods instead of using processed vegan meats. That way we keep our meals diverse and nutrient-dense. So same goes for like vegan cheese. Instead of using supermarket vegan cheese, which is also super expensive, I rather make my own with a base of nuts to keep it high in nutrients. It sounds hard, I know, but it actually isn't if you...
She all of the time talks about nutrients, high nutrients, doesn't mention any of them because she knows there are none. Or she really somehow believes that there are. Maybe she's in such deep denial.
have good recipes and get a hang of it. This bean mince moussaka is perfect as meal prep. It's hearty, nutrient-dense, and so...
Again, hearty, meaning that she wants animal foods.
So delicious. I knew I had to make it when I saw it from the bundle. It's the ebook called It's All About the Beans on page 41. Even if we as a family focus on a whole food plant-based diet, it doesn't mean that it must be...
Oh man, this poor child. I really hope that she will be okay. Does she still get milk? I guess, I hope.
That way, no matter what. That would definitely complicate things, especially on the social aspect. I believe in eating what makes you feel good, and sometimes that is sharing a cake with someone you love.
In the end, she said that she believes in eating meals that make you feel good, but there's just no way that this makes you feel good. But that's exactly why I say that these people don't eat intuitively. If you would be eating intuitively, you would go to the closest farm, get tons of cream, drink right there from the cow, most likely because of how much you crave dairy, which is clear from the recipes alone. And then you would slaughter the first animal that you see, drink the blood and eat the liver and so on, because that's how malnourished she appears. Again, I've seen worse. I also don't believe that she's been actually vegan for 8 years, because that's not biologically possible. Maybe she's been plant-based for 8 years. I'll believe that, yeah, if she really feeds that stuff to her child, but you can't pull off veganism for 8 years. A lot of people combine their years of being vegetarian or plant-based with veganism, probably because they are kind of in denial themselves. They want to believe they've been vegan for so long, and then they say, I've been vegan for 8 years, even though they've been vegetarian for 5 years, ate some cheese, eggs here and there, maybe even some fish, and then, which isn't vegetarianism, obviously, and then 3 years vegan, and then they say, 5 plus 3 years vegan, to plant-based, whatever, yeah, count it together, 8 years vegan. A lot of people do that. In a lot of the ex-vegan interviews, people said that that's what they did. And then they tell their friends, yeah, I've been vegan for 6 years. Well, actually, vegan for 1 year, but plant-based for 5 years. Yeah, I ate some fish and cheese now and then, but whatever. It still works. It's okay. I've only been doing actual veganism for 1 year, but it's okay. Vegan for life. And then, of course, in the next years, over 90% of the vegan YouTubers quit. Veganism is pretty much dead. She's one of the few people among these long-term vegans who's still around. Again, officially, she's a long-term vegan. Realistically, there are no such people out there. If you would be vegan for 8 years, actually, you would look like death. You would look like death, or you would meet death. She has a lot of makeup on. You can for sure see that she's trying to hide the way she looks like. She also talks as if there's zero joy or happiness in her life. Just, yeah, I created these meals, they're very nice. I feel so good, this is what I feed my daughter. Kind of like that. There's just no passion, nothing left inside of her, which is also a very good sign of being unhealthy for sure. And that you cannot hide. It's just impossible at the end of the day for them to hide how unhealthy they actually are for the people who have eyes to see and ears to hear. I guess that a typical vegan may look at her day in the life, this day of eating, and actually believe that she's doing good, because they are all kind of in this denial together, buying these ebooks, creating these recipes, saying, I feel so good, imitating meat all day long, craving animal fat non-stop, dairy, creating these creamy, hearty recipes. Yeah, totally. When is the new ebook coming out? Oh no, I don't feel malnourished. I don't crave over 15 micronutrients which are not found in any plants on earth. No, I just want to try out new stuff. Why? It's just for fun. That's pretty much what they would say. Thanks for watching.